Hey folks, Adam here, and I've got a story that's going to blow your mind. This is the real life Weekend at Bernie's. This guy has an adventure you will not believe, all after he passed on. So let's go ahead and check it out. We're going to kick it off right about now. So this started off about 1911, and Elmer McCurdy was a bank robber, but not a very successful one. His first time trying to rob a bank, he went ahead and he tried to blow the vault. Blew the vault, and there was a safe inside, and he couldn't get in. So he was able to grab a couple coins, about $150 worth of coins, run off, and regroup. This is out in the Old West, 1911-ish Oklahoma area. Kansas and Oklahoma. He's doing a lot of robbing. Then comes time to rob a train. And guess what happened? No success. He tries to blow the safe on the train. He gets nothing. He walks away with about $46 worth of bills from passengers and a new watch. Special thanks to the conductor who he took it from. Tries another one, tries another train. Again, no real success. Doesn't get caught and gets held up at his friend's ranch. Well, that only lasts so long before the authorities come a-looking for him. And Elmer had a shootout with the authorities. You know what happened? He didn't make it. So the authorities drug him over to the Undertaker. Not the WWF Undertaker, but you know, the Undertaker. They take him to the Undertaker, and the Undertaker goes ahead and embalms him. This is in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. He's completely unclaimed. The owner, the name is Joseph Johnson. Joseph Johnson embalms him, and nobody wants to claim him. Nobody wants to pay for the embalming. So he gives him a real good embalming job using all this arsenic and all sorts of materials that are very toxic, not good for you. And what does he do? Well, he sits him there, and people want to see the train robber's body. People keep coming in, and they want to see what's the story here, folks. Well, since so many people are coming, the embalmer says, I'm going to go ahead and make some money off this. He goes ahead and he starts charging a nickel. Come see the body for a nickel. Come see the body for a nickel. Take a photo with the body for a nickel. Now, the rule is, back in the day, is you can't just come claim a body unless you're a relative. Well, no relative wants them. So eventually, the owners of the Patterson Circus come into town. And they say, oh yeah, this is our cousin. We'll take him. They pay for the embalming. They leave. And they put him in the show of human oddities. What? Yeah, they go ahead and they put him on display as the famous grave robber. The bandit who wouldn't give up is the exact term they use. So he's the bandit who wouldn't give up, and they tour him around the nation. Pretty cool. But then suddenly, at some point, they need a little extra money. Apparently, freak shows and carnivals and oddities are not as popular as they used to be. So what do? They take a loan and they use them as $500 collateral. Can't pay back the loan, and he gets repossessed. So here's this man, former bank robber, and he gets repossessed. Now at the next carnival attraction, instead of him being listed as a real body, they put him with wax figures of Jesse James and Bill Doolin and show that these outlaws have been caught, and you can come in and pay a couple nickels and get to see these wax figures. It's pretty cool, and for a little while, a couple of decades, they tour the nation, but this gets less and less popular, and eventually this all goes into storage as the owners pass away. No one knows what to do with it. So now it's sitting here for about 30 years. He's in with these wax figures, and he goes ahead and somebody buys up the whole lot of wax figures, and they relocate them to a whole nother location. And before we continue, if you've watched this far into the video, go ahead and click that like button. Give us a subscribe, please. We do appreciate it. And if you leave us a comment, it helps us in the algorithm, and I'll do my best to reply to every comment that I can. Now here's an interesting part. While he was considered to be a wax figure, he was a feature in a movie called Narcotic. And yeah, so people in the movie, the cast, the crew, they had no idea. So In 1964, let me read this to you. Sonny's Dan, the owner's Dan, lent the corpse to a filmmaker, David Friedman, resulting in a brief appearance in Friedman's film She Freak of 1967. In 1968, Dan sold the body along with other figures for $10,000 to Spoonie Sinja, the owner of the Hollywood Wax Museum, who bought the figures, etc., etc., and they essentially just showed them off to the world, and it became part of mythical lore because this wax figure at the Hollywood Wax Museum was a real person. As this item aged, they decided to put more wax on it. They decided to paint it. It started to look too gruesome. So they tried to make this look more like a wax figure over time, and people believed it was a wax figure. In fact, at some point it was sold to Ed Lurch, the part owner of the Pike, an amusement park in Long Beach, California, where McCurdy's wax figure was now on exhibit in a amusement park, and the theme of it was Laugh in the Dark. On display there for about a decade. It's now 1976. And the TV show with Lee Majors, The $1 Million Man, The $6 Million Man, is really popular, and they want to film on location. So set designers are moving around all the props and figures, and they've got this neon painted figure up in the gallows, part of Laugh in the Dark. They go ahead and move it, and the arm comes off, and they realize this is no wax figure. This is a real person. They take it to the LA coroner, and the LA coroner looks at some bullet wounds and looks at what happened to this thing, and they match it. They track its history as best they can, and the LA coroner comes back and says, yeah, this is definitely Elmer McCurdy, former bank robber. They trace back its origins, and they know the exact history of what happened. It's really a fantastic and almost unbelievable story. Here we have a man born in the late 1800s, robbed at least 2 trains, robbed at least 1 bank, had a shootout with the police, had a whole ordeal with the coroner and the morgue and the WWF Undertaker, was sold as a traveling sideshow attraction for years, turned into a wax figure in multiple movies, in a TV show, before finally being laid to rest back in Oklahoma. Can you believe that? This is like a Ripley's Believe It or Not show. So folks, that's really what happened. I would ask you to go ahead and click that like button, click that subscribe button. We've got fun tales and fun stories from all around the world, and this one is pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Adios, amigos.